matchup in the AFC West. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. He finds the end for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 75 yards.
Ready?
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will lose one. Here's Thomas. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And the Charger defense now making their way back out onto the field. And it's the first quarter, but they gave up the score last time. How important is it here not to fall 2 scores behind?
Extremely important, because not only are you trying to avoid being in a big deficit to start this game off, you also want to get into a pattern where that offense has the advantage. You've got to find a way to turn things around. This is the series to begin that.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep them off the scoreboard here for a second time. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. And he's got some space here. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamal Charles, 63 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that.
Here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Here's the Kansas City.
Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll get 19 yards there, and that'll be good for a KC 1st down. Charles the lone setback. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Macklin. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the 1st.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. Knock the ball away.
Charles the lone setback. To throw is Smith. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it on in.
On this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Chargers, their defense heading back out there. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time side of the field. Now the Chargers, their defense heading back out there. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others. I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in...
Jamal Charles, nobody in front. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamal Charles, his second points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Long for Rivers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Returnable for Thomas. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Smith going to turn and give to Charles. And some space here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 12.
The ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And
he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jeremy Maclin, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party works together. You light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. He gets it left side to Johnson. A good gain of 14 there. To the air again here, Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 30.
Excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And out come the Chiefs now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at.
A first down carry here for Charles. Whoosh. And a cutback left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
So 2nd and 10 here.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case...
And he coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good
balls we just saw there.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to...
Football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, Rivers again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing, Rivers. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. Now 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it.
Kansas City, they have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warped?
I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Here's Smith. They have that feeling that has to be the best. Jeremy Maclin, 30, the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you. They think they've got a completion, and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
One last shot now for Rivers. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And that will write a finish to this ball game.